Hi, this is Alcan. Welcome back to my channel. I just saw something interesting in the today's day news. It's about the air train. There's a debate about extending either the N train over to LaGuardia Airport or have the air train running between the Flushing line, the Long Island Railroad train, and the airport. Seems like the Port Authority person's not too thrilled about having an N train in there. Let's talk about engineering stuff and technical stuff. Oh, we had to put this around the runway and so on and so on. And well, let's put it this way: it's a matter of control. You see, if we were to stick an N train in LaGuardia Airport, the Port Authority does not have control over that train. The air train, on the other hand, they do have control, and they can do what they please. And I know one thing for sure, they want to put those platform doors on every station in the airport, so just like Kennedy, so nobody tries to jump from the train. Something you may not be able to do with an N train coming in there. And there's other reasons why they want an air train instead of a subway train. Let's go back to what is it? Late 1980s, early 1990s. The Port Authority and the Transit Authority were not on the same page when it came to trains to the airport. We had the train to the plane, or the JK Express, running from Manhattan and Queens all the way to Howard Beach Station, and then a bus picks up the passengers to the airport, Kennedy Airport. New York City Transit did not want to keep the operation going. Port Authority did, and despite the fact that they were throwing a blank checkbook at them saying, "Tell us what you want, we'll pay for it," New York City Transit still said no. Well, as we now know, there's a good chance the reason why they didn't want this line to continue, we believe now the management has a history of lying and deceit and misleading the public. And we know that because, unfortunately, 7 years after the JK Express service ended, a big scandal erupted with one of the pilot programs, which we believe that was being used with JK Express trains, the Opto, in the Rockaways. And they got busted. A passenger was murdered partially on board one of their trains and died on the platform. And they tried to cover it up, saying it was an A train. But the numbers didn't match. No A train. But it matched the Rockaway Park shuttle. But the police got the raw end of the stick here instead of New York City Transit, which unfortunately the media should have focused on. But it's not the first time that officials have been lying, cheating, manipulating, and misleading the public. Everything from sex scandals to Lawrence G. Reuter, douchebag, got caught with his hand in a cookie jar. He took some gifts from a private, one of these contractors that did business for the East City Transit Bus Division. He had to pay a hefty fine because he didn't report the gifts. So, they are misleading and so on. But there's another reason why the Port Authority does not want a subway train in the airport. And this, again, has to do with the JK Express. When the line was eliminated on April 14, 1990, New York City Transit said, "Oh, don't worry, the A and C trains will still be taking you to the airport." Well, that didn't last too long. Around 1993, they decided to eliminate the C service going to the Rockaways. This is Rock Park. And they replaced it with a shuttle train. They only went from Beach 116 to Broad Channel. Eventually, that's when the JK Express cars ended up over there for their outdoor service. So we believe they would have been misleading and misled the public and everybody else about what was going on. Because quite frankly, if there had been FRA operations, these transit officials would have been in jail. But, because they're on the tail law, they can do what they want. So this is what happened next. The ridership did go up for 1 year, from 1990 to 1991. What happened after that? Well, apparently the homeless started to notice the airport buses going from Howard Beach to JK Airport was free. Nobody stopped them from getting on the bus. And pretty soon they started taking up the airport. Yeah, I'm coming. They started taking up the space at the airport. And unfortunately, the Port Authority didn't like that one bit. So that's where the airtrain came to play. To keep the homeless out. And also to make extra money for the operations and their future operations along the Port Authority, not just the Kennedy Airport. That is probably why they don't want an end train in the Guardia Airport. They want control. They saw what happened with New York City Transit, and they don't want to take another chance like that. So that's the dilemma. So for the AOCs of the world and everyone else who's insisting on this end train, yes, you have a tough hill battle, or whatever they call it. You have a tough fight on your hands. Because, the Port Authority does not want to see no homeless people at the airport, like they did JK. And by the way, the numbers only went back up when the air train was in place. So this is Al Kant saying so long for now, and don't forget to stop. I got to help Michelle out, so later.